What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Black History Month. In today's video, I want to talk about a topic that is crucial. It is so important to Black women while traveling, and that is going to be the choice of hair. That's right, whether it's crochet, weaves, wigs, updos, braids, locks. I'm going to get into it and share with you my least favorite hairstyles to my most favorite. The least favorite hairstyle, I'm going to say, are going to be weaves. The pros of getting a sew-in would be that it's long lasting. I know some people who can wear them for, 8, 12 weeks. I still have not done a weave yet, y'all. Another plus is that it's going to protect your natural hair. You know, the natural hair is underneath and then they sew the hair in. It protects it from environmental damage. While you are traveling, a lot of things can happen. You want to make sure that your natural hair, it's so fine and delicate, it stays protected with a sew-in. And there's a lot of versatility. You can do it curly, wavy, bone straight. There are so many options when it comes to sew-in weaves. Now, while traveling with a sew-in, I can imagine how itchy, the scalp is going to be. You want to be able to try to get in there and maybe use a dry shampoo. You can do an apple cider diluted solution because you want to keep your scalp moisturized. Put a light oil on it. And of course, make sure that you're preventing dryness on your leave out. That's another reason why I don't like the sew-ins. You're trying to blend it in, and I don't like a lot of heat on my hair. Sew-ins aren't for me. But you do want to make sure that you are always protecting your hair underneath. It's really easy to go weeks without any maintenance of the hair below because, you have your sleek look on top with the sew-in. The next one is going to be locks, whether it's dreadlocks, sister locks. I have only worn faux locks. I do like the style. It is low maintenance. It's going to last you a long time. You can do half up, half down. You can put it in a bun. I think of Hallie and Chloe. I love the way that their stylist just does their locks. It is so beautiful. You can adorn it with jewels and accessories. Maybe in the future, I'll try sister locks. When you're traveling with locks, you want to make sure that you keep your scalp moisturize. And of course, be drinking water with all of these hairstyles. Underneath, you might not know, I do have a lot of hair. It is very full and thick. I do like to stay hydrated. While traveling, I'll drink about 1.5 to 2 liters per day, just because the different climates, I sweat a lot. Some of the countries I'm going to are very hot and humid, so I drink a lot of water. And that helps my hair to stay healthy too. But you also want to keep it moisturized and oiled. And this next one, I don't know if it's considered to be a style per se, and that's using the fabrics. So you can wear a head wrap, a turban, you could use scarves. I think of the time when I went to Kenya, they gave me some extra fabric. Well, that was like a headband. I didn't really wear it. I don't really do the head wraps as much. That's why I set the lower end of the list. But it's a great way for you to, do it with your own natural hair. Y'all got this hat on. I'm hoping it doesn't fly off. I was trying to show the HBCU of Oakland University, but the hairstyle that I am most currently doing now is going to be wigs. I love wigs. They are so versatile, you guys. I'm really glad that my cousin put me on. Shout out to Nydia, and shout out to the YouTube girlies who taught me how to style them, which ones, will frame your face. I have a list here. Forever Gladys, Bodied by Kira, Mary Kay Bella, Wigs to Wanderlust. All of you ladies really helped me before I got on YouTube. So the fact that I'm here talking about a hair video after watching yours for years, that is such a thrill to me. So shout out to y'all. Wigs really can protect your hair, believe it or not. I told you guys I have thick hair underneath. My natural hair is usually going to be in straight backs, just cornrowed. With it being that flat, I can wear different types of wigs. They work great for when you're going to be in cold weather because it can help you to keep warm. In hot weather, you just have to be careful. If you're doing a lot of sweat, water activities, whoa. It depends on the wig. You don't want something to fly off. I think of the time when I went to Puerto Rico, I was switching out wigs. We were in the national forest. The name is slipping my mind right now. It's like you go down the rock and then you go up and then you splash into the water. I did not have a wig on there. I had just tied on a do-rag because I was like, I'm not losing this wig in nobody's water to be cute. First of all, it was like a long hike anyways. No wigs were happening there. I put the do-rag over my natural hair, which was cornrowed, I believe, and then I just, went into the water. I came back up, no problems. It was so hot and muggy that my hair was dry at the end of the day. Threw the wig back on. My favorite wig is Valentino. The color is going to be 1B. If I'm feeling spicy, I might get a 2. Those are my signature colors for wigs. I love them so much. I do not know if I would have been able to get this far on YouTube without the wigs. It's like you put on your hat, your armor. This is my uniform. When I get a YouTube studio, someday I might show y'all my wig room to the side. It is going to be amazing. I am so grateful for these wigs. Another plus of wigs are going to be the ability to switch it up, the versatility. I kind of keep my hair product free. I'm not a product junkie, and I have never colored it. I did used to have a perm. We'll talk about that more when I get to natural hair. But now, my hair is completely natural, and I like the way that it can just grow without it being manipulated. There's not a lot of heat damage because I just keep it cornrowed under wigs. If I want to experiment with color, I can find a wig, the 99J. I'm really thinking about venturing into the more burgundy, being able to experiment with those highlights, just the customization, the styles, whether it's straight, curly, wavy, short, long. That is something that I love about wigs. On some trips, it's cool if you can fit enough wigs into your carry-on or backpack. You can have a different look for different times of your trips. Okay, if you're on a cruise, one day you could have a wig for an excursion, another day you could have it for a special dinner in the evening. Wigs are my go-to right now. I love the headband wigs. If I'm going to the grocery store, y'all have seen it. You go to my shorts. It's the curly one, with the green headband over it. Puerto Rico, I had on a headband wig before I went into the water with the do-rag. The next favorite is going to be natural hair, my natural gorgeous locks. As I told you, when I was a child, my mom put my hair into a perm, and I had a perm for a long while, you guys. It wasn't until my sophomore year in college, Oakwood, shout out OU, HBCU, that I decided to cut the cream of crack, and I grew out the perm. My ends were kind of looking a little straggly, while the roots were thick and growing, and I never went back to it. For a long time, I was rocking the silk press. I did get some heat damage from that. I have not pressed my hair in what seems to be years. My hair is not trained now for the silk press. Other styles that I enjoyed with my own natural hair, I remember just getting, the flat twist. I rocked that in Iceland. Iceland was so cold, I didn't show my hair much anyway, because I had earmuffs over it, and then I had another hat over it because I was freezing. Like, I went in the winter, it was February. That was the coldest place I've been. I was sliding all around, and I really just need my ears to be warm. Back then, if I was wearing wigs, I think that might have helped, with the temperature. Whew, that was really cold there. Natural hair, it's going to be sensitive, it's delicate, and you don't want it to be snagged on too much. That's why I really just prefer for it to be braided down if I can. Sometimes in China, I was just wearing straight back cornrows. I did have an African braider that I would go to occasionally. She was a student. She was studying in Hangzhou. I was like, it's flat, it's easy, it looks put together. All I have to do is oil my scalp, and I'm good to go. In Vegas, I wore 2-strand twists. The first time I went to Vegas, it was very hot. It was in the summer, and I was doing a lot of sweating. Thankfully, I had the 2-strand twist in. It did not mess up my hair. It didn't poof up. So that was a great natural style for me to wear. I should go back to this twist. Those were a nice look. Cuba, I decided to do like a French twist braid in the back, and then she just added a little bit of hair. I told y'all I don't really like a lot of gels and products. My hair was so poofy. It was very humid in Havana, and the look, it was not looking, y'all. It was all poofy on the sides. I was trying to brush it, and it just, It's one of the reasons why I don't wear my natural hair out as much, because the longevity, it's just not there for me. With my hair texture, the density, it might last 3 to 5 days at most while traveling. I don't really have the time or energy to be twisting it down at night for it to look right the next day. Like, I like to just get up and go, throw on a wig and be out. You know what I mean? Also, I forgot about when I got my hair done for Jordan. I wanted to go to Amman, and that was my natural hair. A tip with natural hair, they can add a little bit of extensions to it. That's what she did here. I wasn't planning on dipping my hair in the Dead Sea. Like, come on, that's too much. I think my hair held up well. Again, the tinier the braid, the longer it's going to hold. I do think that just rocking your natural hair is going to be a great way for you to express your style. If you're wearing a perm, that is fine for you. I do remember back in the day wearing a perm. I do also remember getting the scabs on my scalp. It just wasn't a pleasant experience if they left it on too long. And so I think it was really better for me to switch to natural. But then I was heavily dependent on the hot comb, the flat iron, getting it pressed out like bi-weekly. That's too much heat. Comment below which hairstyle you enjoyed the most in this video. Crochet hair is the MVP. I feel like it is a travel hack that I stumbled upon. Shout out to Leah Levon. Her channel was talking about all things crochet. And you guys, I fell in love. Crochet hair is perfect because I can have the versatility of the styles, the colors, and my hair is braided underneath. It is lightweight. It is easy and quick to get it installed. Crochet hair is lovely. I had crochets actually done. I went to Colombia and I got it done in Bogota. I really like the Freetress Beach Curl. That's my favorite. I had it in 1B. You see it in these pictures. They were able to install it quickly. I just walked in. I didn't have an appointment or anything. That did mean that I flew from the US with my hair not done. This is a common thing for me. I also did it when I went to Kenya. Listen, overseas, you get these people from the motherland to do your hair. Anyways, let's get back to the crochet. I wore crochet to Jamaica. I had crochet braids in Brazil. I also had the loose crochet style in Belgium, like I said, in Jamaica. And I just love it. I can get my hair done. If I wash, blow dry, condition it myself, I can get it done within an hour. My stylist here, she's Senegalese. She just boop, 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 done. It is fantastic. Now, you do want to make sure if you are getting braids, because they are going to have to cornrow it beneath, sometimes it can get very tight, and I don't like to have that tension on my hair because I can sometimes get headaches. You might want to take some medication, but also what I would like to do is just get my hair done maybe a week before, maybe 2 weeks out. That way my hair can start to grow out a little bit and it's not as much tension. I'm not going to have a headache and be in pain while I'm on the actual trip. You know, sometimes I would try to plan my hair appointment 2 days before I fly out, and then I'm just miserable the whole time because my head is on fire because it's so tight, right? And that's another thing. Why am I getting it so tight? But the African braiders, they'll be like, no, you need it tight so it looks best. But I'm like, this is crochet. The tighter it is, you're going to have to get the needle underneath anyways. The point is, get it 1 to 2.5 weeks out and it's going to feel better for your scalp. Now, I did try to install it one time by myself. When I was in Tulum, I was in Mexico, I was about to see some friends and I was like, oh, my hair's not done. Let me take this wig off and install the crochet braids. It kind of was a nightmare because I didn't get the part right. So it was still just looking kind of, mama. It was fine. I don't remember the color, but I like that hair. My top favorite of all time is going to be braids. Braids used to be my signature look. Some of y'all that know me know that I was braided up. It didn't matter if it was knotless braids, Senegalese braids. I love the Fulani braids. Sometimes I would just get the 2 braids here and then have them, you know, do it on the sides. That's a style that I really liked when I was in the Middle East. I went to Lebanon with that style. It was my favorite. I don't know if it was a kid's hairstyle, but it was quick. And I had an African braider in the Middle East who would do those styles for me as well. One time I went to the Afropunk Festival. I went and got my hair done in Brooklyn. It was very nice. I had a little bedazzle on there. I can't remember the stylist, but shout out to her. I really like that look as well. Braids are amazing because it's low maintenance. All you have to do is wake up the next day. Same thing like I was talking about for the crochets though. There's going to be some irritation, especially with the hair. And it's kind of one of the reasons why I don't get braids anymore. It can really mess up with your hairline, your edges. If you are not firm in explaining to the braider that you don't want it to be too tight, you're going to get these little bumps around your hairline, and it is just really painful. I don't really want any damage to my hair follicle. So I either have to be very explicit, like, no, I don't want it tight. I want it not super loose, where they're falling out. You don't have to do it that tight. I want to keep my hair the way it is. I'm thinking of when I went to Philly. It was a solo trip because I wanted to go see a Ty Tribbett concert. Y'all, I had a bomb braider in Baltimore. You go to the hood, you are going to get the best braided hairstyles. Like, she braided it down. Every style she did was fire. And really, the smaller the braids, it's really going to look better for you. You don't want to wet it though. Obviously, it's going to get fuzzy. I could probably wear it 3 to 4 weeks. Sometimes I would stretch it to two months. In China, my African braider, like I said, she was a student. I would get her to do great styles. What I would suggest is, if you have sensitive hair or sensitive skin, you're going to want to soak the actual hair in an apple cider vinegar solution. That way it's going to remove that buildup, when it's coming packaged from China. That hair really irritated my skin. I think using the ACV is going to help make a difference. You're going to dry it out. And that's just a lot of process. I know sometimes I will walk into the shop and the braiders, they're just like, oh, she got a lot of hair. I would wear a hood or a hat because I didn't want to just walk in and be turned away, because they're like, ooh, your hair is too much going on. My best experience is when I went overseas to get it braided. I went to Kenya. I actually got it done twice. I wanted my hair done for safari, and I showed y'all that my hair wasn't done when I was talking about flying first class Qatar. She was like, okay, here's the hair. What style do you want? I told her to just braid it in the front, and I had her do like a little afro puff in the back. I kind of wanted it bigger, but I knew after the safari I was going to get it braided again. And then I went and got were those the Senegalese twists? I'm trying to remember, but I really liked her technique where she was rolling the hair and then just being in the motherland. Like, this is the connection to my African roots. I don't know what country my bloodline is from. I just started out in East Africa. I already told y'all about this because at the time I thought, Rwanda was safest for solo travelers. And having my hair braided, I went to Kenya to do it twice. It is affordable. It was just a special feeling, and I thought it was amazing. Similar to when I got it done by the Afro-Colombians in Bogota. I think braids and crochet are going to hold up well in all types of weather. I'm not necessarily an adventurous traveler, but I do like to be in the outdoors, whether it's sunbathing in Mexico, hiking in Puerto Rico. I am going to like to be in outdoors. I do yoga daily now, to ease my anxiety, stress, whatever. Sometimes those moves, it can get really hot and intense. So if I were going to have a silk press or something like that, like, my hair would be done in a few days. And what is the point of going to the salon? You're getting it detangled. That takes an hour with my hair because it's so thick. And then she has to wash it, condition it, deep condition it. She's going to blow dry it out, then straighten it with the flat iron, then style it. First of all, that's a lot of heat damage. Also, who wants to be in the salon for all those days? But then with braiding, because of my hair, again, unless I wash and prep it myself, that could take 4 hours. Unless you go to the salon where it's multiple people and then they're just and it's done. Where to buy? For me, I like to get my crochet hair or hair that I'm going to be using for braiding online. Sam's Beauty. I like Ebony Line. I buy a lot of wigs from there as well. Now let's talk about essentials. If you're going to be doing any of these styles, there are going to need to be some travel size products that you are taking with you so that you can maintain your hair and keep it, looking fly. Number one is going to be a bonnet. I know there's a lot of talk about how Black women look when they're in the airport with their bonnet on. People need to mind their business, okay? We spend a lot of money getting our hair to look a certain way for us traveling. So it's up to us whether or not we want to protect it with a bonnet. Sometimes if I'm staying the night at the airport, you're going to see me about 8 p.m., 9 p.m. with the bonnet on, and then I take it off in the morning. Other times, it just depends. I have a picture of me here at the ATL airport with my bonnet on because I didn't feel like wearing a wig. The best feeling, you guys, at the end of the day is taking that wig off. It feels so good because I have like 2 wig caps on underneath. I'm trying to get my hair as flat as possible. I haven't had my hair cornrowed in a long time. I do think it's good to give the hair a break and just let it rest in its natural state. Protect your edges, y'all. I also do not use Gorilla Glue. I don't use any glue. I don't glue down my wig. So sometimes that's why it looks like it's sitting too high up. It doesn't have that flat look like I want it to. Other essential items I would say would be a satin pillowcase. I take that everywhere I go, no matter if it's a backpack or carry-on. In the hostels, they obviously you're going to give you bedding, and I just put my satin pillowcase over it. Sometimes if you're a wild sleeper, your bonnet might come off. That's why you need to get the ones, that can tie in the front. A white tooth comb would be good. Wig brushes, I would think of a wig spray, a small bottle. What is it? I think 3.4 ounces or below. You can get some conditioning spray, shampoo or conditioner. That's another reason why I like crochet hair, because I can just easily wash it. When I went to Colombia, I was rained on when I went to Guatapé. Like, it rained the entire day. But that crochet hair, it held up so good, you guys. Yes, it was fresh because they had just did it in Bogota, but in Guatapé, my hair, it looked good in the pictures. Now, my glasses and the rest of my body was soaked, but my hair was on point. You can bring edge control. I'm looking at my list here. Leave-in conditioner. You could bring a scarf, scalp oil, braid spray, wig spray. You can just use a small bottle of that so you can, keep your hair looking good while you're on your travel. You could do your maintenance, twist it at night, whatever you think is best. I used a lot of Jamaican black castor oil, and I really think that's what helped me, besides the fact that I don't do a lot of manipulation with my hair. Like, I will just keep it braided. I think it's better if you just keep your hands out of your hair, keep the products out of your hair, and just let it naturally grow. Because some people are like, oh, how did you get your hair, so long and so thick and full? And I think it was that Jamaican black castor oil. It also was my diet. Y'all know I'm vegetarian. Usually, if you're going to have healthy hair, you'll probably have healthy nails. I don't know if you can see my nails here. I mean, they're kind of long. I trimmed them down because I don't want them to be snagging my hair too much. There are hair vitamins that you can take as well. In between installs, just make sure that you're massaging your hair with that. If I'm missing some other essential items for hair, just let me know below in the comments. Usually, I'm just going to have a comb, some type of hairspray, some type of conditioner is what I use for my wigs when I'm traveling. And right now, I'm fine with my cornrows underneath with a wig on. What do I say when people comment on my hair? Well, you're black, you should be embracing your natural roots. Honey, it is my natural roots underneath the wig. And the bottom line is, it's my money, it's my hair, and it's my business. Like, it's my channel. You can't get caught up with what people comment on you. Yes, I know I am on a public platform for all the social media, and I'm just going to be straight honest with you. I'm going to switch it up. It's going to be different hair. That's what I do. I really like being a black woman because I am going to display whatever style for the mood that I'm in. I'm been in a wig mood. Y'all gonna get this wig for Black History Month. But again, I want you to do what is best for you and your hair type. Again, my hair is my business. And what does Solange say? Don't touch my hair. I can't stand when people will be like, ooh, is that your hair? I want to pop it so bad. But that's another topic. We're going to get to that later in the Black History Month series. Whether you are team crochet, you want to wear braids, you love a good sew-in, you have locks, sister locks, or you want to wear your own natural hair and rock it out with your Afro puff. All of these styles are going to be great options for you while you take your trip. In the comments below, let me know what your go-to hairstyle is and which hairstyle that you would like to rock in the future. Thanks again for watching, and I'm going to see you next week.